Sa isang bansang puno ng ingay ng politika at kontrobersya, sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo? Sino ang nasa panig ng bayan? Welcome to Bayang Pinas, ang news channel na hindi takot maglatag ng katotohanan. Dito, pinag-uusapan natin ang mga isyong may kinalaman sa kinabukasan mo, politika, pamahalaan at ang tunay na kalagayan ng ating bansa. Hindi kami bayad, hindi kami bulag. Sa Bayang Pinas, ang boses ng mamamayan ang tunay na headline. Kaya kung sawang-sawa ka na sa mga baluktot na impormasyon at scripted na kwento, dito ka na. Dito sa Bayang Pinas, tayo ang bantay at boses ng bayan. Kung gusto mong manatiling mulat at informed, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe dahil sa panahon ngayon, ang kaalaman ay kapangyarihan. Ito ang Bayang Pinas, balitang totoo, pusong makabayan para sa sambayanang Pilipino. Tara na't alamin ang tunay na balita.
Gago! Si Diskay ang unang nagsalita, mas detalyado, kumpleto ang sinasabi, hindi pinaniwalaan. Gago! Kasi nga, naandon si Romualdez. Gago! Oh, pang-apat na matinding panglima na matinding witness. Etong si Sir Orly, yung ex-marine. Binanggit na naman niya si Romualdez. Hindi na naman pinaniwalaan. Gago! Dinidiscredit na naman. Gago! Nakikita ninyo yung pattern, ladies and gentlemen, mga banateros? Nakikita ninyo yung pattern? 'Di ba? Ang pattern po, pag binanggit si Romualdez, i-discredit ka. Pag binanggit mo ang pangalan na hindi dapat pinapangalanan, dinidiscredit ka. Maging yung ICI na kinuha nila na investigador, supposedly lead investigator, aba, dinidiscredit na nila ngayon. Bakit? Nagiging bukang bibig niya kasi si Romualdez. Gago! Pagdating sa flood control scam o issue, pag binanggit mo si Romualdez, hindi ka kapanipaniwala. Gago! Ganon ang pattern sa ating gobyerno. Kaya nakakatarantado ho eh. 'Di ba? Gusto ba talaga nating malaman o gusto lang natin magtapos ang investigasyon kay Zaldico? Ako, wala akong problema kung gusto niyo i-din si Zaldico. Alam mo naman, best friend natin yan. Idiin nyo ng idiin, wala akong problema dyan. Pero again, hindi gagalaw si Zaldico ng hindi alam ng kanyang amo na si Romualdez. At hindi naman gagalaw si Romualdez kung walang nagpoprotekta sa kanya na si BBM. Kaya nga mga kababayan, kitang-kita nyo na yung pattern eh. Alam mo, ito may tumawag sa akin, isang marine. Ito po ay nasa serbisyo pa. Isang marine po ito, tumawag sa akin. Sabi niya sa akin na, eto, ilihiti mo ito Banatbay, alam mo, dalawa lang ang gusto kong sabihin sa'yo. Pag ikaw, marine na nasa intelligence, kasi nasa intelligence si Sir Orly, malalim ang malalim na background check ang ginagawa sa iyo ng pamunuan ng AFP. Kasi importanteng intelligence, sila po yung, sa madaling salita, sila po yung parang nag-i-spy, CIA, parang ganun ang dating niyan. Sila po yung MI5 ba yun, MI4? Basta yung sa Russia ba yun? Basta yung nag-i-spy. Sila po yun. So, bago ka mapasok dyan sa intelligence, malalim na investigasyon ang gagawin sa'yo ng AFP. Hindi ho biro yan trabaho na yan. Aside from being a marine, matinding background check na ang ginawa ng AFP dyan. Sa madaling salita, credible daw ito si Sir Orly. Pangalawa, pag ikaw ay isang naretiro na at ikaw ay tumatanggap na ng pensyon, ibig sabihin you were parang umalis ka sa serbisyo nang maayos ang iyong record. Ibig sabihin, maganda ang iyong ginawang serbisyo. So yung dalawang yun is more than enough, sabi niya sa akin, more than enough para supalpalin itong sinasabi ni Lacson na background check. Kasi mantakin mo lumabas si Diskaya, diniscredit. Lumabas yung tatlong opisyal ng DPWH na hindi binanggit si Romualdez, ginawang bayani. Lumabas etong si Sir Orly, pinapa-background check. Basta talaga, nagsalita ka at pinangalanan mo si Romualdez, may background check. Pag wala, bayani ka. Ganun yung katindi ngayon. Tapos, ladies and gentlemen, mga banateros natin dyan, ngayon, ang tinatarget na nilang i-discredit, walang iba kung hindi si Marcoleta.
Gago!
Subukan ninyo na magkaalaman. Subukan ninyo. Subukan ninyo ang tikas ni Marcoleta na magkaalaman tayo kung gaano kayo kalakas. Kasi, alam mo si Marcoleta, hindi naman po simpleng abogado yan eh. Yan po ay magaling na abogado at talaga nga namang pag nagsalita, may research, gumagawa ng kanyang assignment, hindi katulad ng mga abogadong pulpulin. Lalo na yung nasa vlogging. Kilala nyo na yun. Tapos ngayon, spokesperson na. Di ba? Kaya nga, alam mo, eto opinion ko lang ito. Ito yung aking opinion. It's not a fact. It's an opinion. Ibig sabihin, sa aking realisasyon, sa tingin ko talaga ang susunod na i-discredit ni Lacson at nito ni Soto ay walang iba kung hindi si Marcoleta. Tingnan ninyo, maglalabasan na. Katulad na ngayong news, may lumalabas na tungkol kay Marcoleta. Mukhang talagang i-discredit na kasi si Marcoleta lang ang magaling eh. Di ba? Napalusot niya. Hindi ko alam kung napagalitan ba si Lacson ni Romualdez. Ba't mapalusot yan? Ba't kayo nagpasok na magtuturo sa akin? Ay baka ganun na nangyari. Hindi ko alam. Ay baka ganun na nangyari. Kaya na lang din. Eto, pinag-iinitan ngayon si Marcoleta. Naglalabasan yung mga black propaganda sa kanya. Remember, yan ang ginawa kay Chis Escudero. Nung nagsalita na si Chis Escudero, kini-question niya na si Romualdez. May pattern talaga eh. Di ba? Nagsimula na kay Romualdez. Si Chis Escudero, abay, binabanata na naman siya. Di ba? Siya po ay kung ano-ano nang iniimbento sa kanya. Kung ano-ano nang issue ikinakabit sa kanya. Ngayon, eto naman si Marcoleta. Kaya nga tingnan ninyo sino man ang pumayag o di kaya magbanggit kay Romualdez, definitely merong lalabas na issue. Kay Magalo nga may lumalabas na issue. Ganong katindi. Di ba? Kaya ang lupit po dahil ikinokonekta ito si Magalong sa isa na naman niyang kesyo. Parang para bagang conflict of interest daw, may paganon-ganon ngayon. Ang lupit, di ba? Noong una lang, tuwan-tuwa kayo. Tapos ngayon may conflict of interest na, mga animal talaga ito. Di ba? O panoorin muna natin, etong issue na kung saan binabanatan ngayon itong si Marcoleta. Bago tayo pumunta dun sa mga iba pang issue.
Nabisto ang koneksyon ng asawa ni Senador Rodante Marcoleta sa insurance company ng mag-asawang Curly at Sara Diskaya, ang naturang insurance agency, kabilang pa sa top 10 insurance company sa bansa. Narito ang Agenda Weekend Report ni Hannity.
Konektado ang asawa ni Sergio Rodante Marcoleta sa mga insurance na ginamit ng mga Diskaya. Batay sa notarized acknowledgement na nakalap ng Bilyonaryo News Channel, personal na humarap noong 2022 ang kontratistang si Sara Diskaya at ang regional manager ng Stronghold Insurance para sa isang bond obligation ng kumpanya. Nakalista mismo sa Board of Directors ng Stronghold Insurance si Mrs. Edna Marcoleta, asawa ng senador. Sa 2025 committee composition ng kumpanya, chairman siya ng Audit Committee at miyembro ng Corporate Governance at Related Party Transactions. Kabilang din si Edna Marcoleta sa 2023 Board of Directors ng Milestone Guarantee and Assurance Corporation. Elected siya bilang non-executive director noong 2016. Nakalagay din sa records ng kumpanya ang kanyang affiliation sa Congressional Spouses Foundation Incorporated noong panahong kongresista pa si Marcoleta sa Sagip Party List. Ang Milestone Guarantee and Assurance Corporation ang naglabas ng retention money bond noong 2024 na nagkakahalaga ng 19.29 million para sa Elite General Contractor, kumpanya ng mga diskaya. Ang bond ay kaugnay ng flood mitigation maintenance at construction ng road dike sa mag-asawang Tubig River, Sitio Dique sa Nauhan.
Tingnan ninyo kung paano babaliin yung katotohanan dito Kasi ganito yan, explain ko lang sa inyo. Yung insurance, okay, ay chairman itong asawa ni Marcoleta, di umano, according to this news. Opisyal din siya doon. Ibig sabihin, nandun siya sa loob ng kumpanya. Okay? Ngayon, ito daw kumpanya ni Diskaya, yung contractor na si Diskaya, ay kumuha ng insurance dito. Alam mo, kung iisipin mo, ang daling i-connect, di ba? Oo nga. Pero sa totoo lang, kayo ho ba? Kayong may mga bumili ng kotse, di ba? Bago nyo may labas, kailangan may insurance. Bago kayo makapag-maneho, hindi pwedeng walang, bago nyo ma-rehistro yan, kailangan may insurance yan. Di ba? Tanungin ko kayo, inaalam nyo pa ba kung sino may-ari nun? Sino may-ari niyang lintik na insurance na yan? Hindi di ba? Ayan yung mga listahan ng insurance na maaaring pwede mong, o may magandang terms, o di kaya pwede mong kunin, di ba? Hindi mo naman inaalam kung sino na yung pinakamay-ari niyan Hindi mo na binubusisi. Bilang isang kontraktor na kailangan mo ng bond, insurance, kailangan mo ng hahanap ka ngayon ng capable na insurance company. Hindi mo naman aalamin pa kung sino yung mga opisyal dun. Di ba? Kita mo dito kung paano nila babaliin. Dito, binanggit na nila itong construction company ni Diskaya na biglang lilipat siyan doon sa mga ginawang sablay. Na tila parang ang sumasablay ay yung asawa ni Marcoleta. Sandali, anong pakialam ng insurance company sa kung ano man ang gawin niya? Halimbawa, ikaw, kumuha ka ng insurance. Halimbawa, ang pangalan ng insurance mo is Marshall Insurance. Nang sasakyan mo, Marshall Insurance. Yung Marshall Insurance, tatanungin pa ba nun, saan ba lakad mo? Saan ka ba pumupunta? Saan ka nagliliwaliw? Baka naman pumupunta ka sa Sogo. Commercial pa yun. O baka naman pumupunta ka sa Victoria Court. O baka naman nagkakasino ka. Wala na akong pakialam yung insurance company sa ano mang gagawin mo. Ang importante, ikaw nagbabayad ka sa insurance kasi di ba binabayaran niya insurance parang yearly or monthly. Babayaran mo yung tapos pag kami nangyari at magkabulilyaso, depende yan sa term, magbabayad ngayon yung insurance, maglalabas. Pero yung insurance company, halimbawa na kinuha mo sa kotse mo, hindi naman po yan, pakikialaman pa ilakad mo. Kung ano man ang trip mo sa buhay, hindi pa pakikialaman yan unless nagkaroon ka ng aksidente, dyan papasok yung insurance. Aalamin na hindi mo ba sinadya o baka naman pinanakaw mo. Pero walang pakialam sa kung ano mang gagawin mo. Dito, tila pinalalabas na merong kinalaman yung asawa ni Marcoleta dito sa mga pinagagawa ni Diskaya. Problema na ni Diskaya yun. Di ba? Ngayon, kung magkiklaim ng insurance si Diskaya, that's the only time the insurance company will come in at iimbestigahan. Yung pagkiklaim mo ba ay ayon sa term and condition na pinirmahan natin? Sa madaling salita, napakalayo po. At baka sabihin mo, bakit di naman kumuha sa iba? ang dami-dami namang insurance company dyan. Hindi ho pagka ganyan nakalaki, sobrang laki na ho niyan eh. Hindi na ho yan, ibig sabihin hindi yan basta-basta, hindi ho sila marami. Kung yung mga kotse-kotse lang, mura lang yan, kayang-kaya ng insurance. Pero yung mga ganyan ng kalalaki na transaksyon, na ibig sabihin, yung babayaran na insurance kung sakali magka-problema, mga malalaking insurance company na yan, hindi naman po sobrang dami niyan. At the same time, hindi naman ho yan aalamin pa ng Diskaya kung sino. Ang importante, legit. Yun ang kanilang aalamin kung legit ba itong insurance na to. Siyempre, nagtatanong-tanong na rin yan kung kani-kanino. Mga kakilala nila construction, no, saan ba kayo kumuha ng insurance? Sino ba yung mga katiwala ninyo? Sino ba yung mga maayos? Para pagka nagka-problema, pwede tayong kumuha ng insurance. Di ba? Dito, biglang binali eh. Biglang idinikit na doon sa mga proyekto yung kumpanya ni Marcoleta.
Mindoro na may kabuang halaga ng 192.9 million. Ang parehong project ang pinuntahan ng team ni Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Lacson na completed naman sa DPWH website pero wala namang makikita on the ground.
Nasaan ang halos 190?
Nakita ninyo binabali? Binabali? Biglang ipinasok yung kapalpakan ni Diskaya na wala namang kinaugnayan sa balita na yung insurance nung asawa ni Marcoleta ang pinagkuhanan. Yan ang tinatawag na angling. Ina-angle ng news. Hindi ko alam kung itong news na ito, alam mo na. Kasi marami ngayon na hindi ko sinasabing the entire network, Hindi ko sinasabing ganun. May mga network naman na walang kinalaman. Yung network, it just happened to be yung mga nandun sa loob. May sari-sariling racket din. Tumatanggap din. Hindi ko sinasabing tumanggap yung gumawa nito, Pero may mga ganun eh. Yung mga newsroom, yung producer, tatanggap yan. O ito, may budget tayo dito. O may press release kami. O, yung salitang press release, pinaganda lang yun. Pero ang totoo doon, lagay yun. May bayad yun para maglabas ka ng balita na naka-angle towards someone. Or against someone. May ganun. Tuloy.
3 million na pondo sa Sitio Dique noong 2024. Eksakto ang lokasyon na aming pinuntahan sapagkat consistent ito sa coordinates na nakalathala sa DPWH at sa sumbong sa Pangulo website. Guni-guni o guni-guni?
Ang bayan ng Nauhan Oriental Mindoro ang isa sa mga kinall-out ni Lacson dahil sa laki ng pondo sa flood control pero laging binabaha. May ilan pang di umano'y Agila projects sa Nauhan na galing sa congressional insertions. Ang Agila ang isa sa initiatives ni Oriental Mindoro Representative Arnan Panaligan. Nahugot daw ang mga ito sa unprogrammed funds na hindi naman dapat madaling ma-access ng mga kongresista.
Kung saan may multimillion projects, dumadapo ang Agila. Pero lubog pa rin sa baha ang nadadapuan ng Agila.
Una nang itinanggi ni Panaligan ang involvement sa mga implementasyon sa maanumalyang proyekto sa lalawigan. Spotted si Panaligan noong 2024 sa isang ribbon-cutting ceremony ng Stronghold Insurance sa Mindoro, kung saan nag-expand ang kanilang branch. Matatanda ang nagtalo na noon sina Lacson at Marcoleta hinggil sa Diskaya couple na iminungkahi ni Marcoleta na isailalim sa Witness Protection Program. Hindi ito pinirmahan ng DOJ at ng Senate President.
Why are you so protective, Diskaya? Why are you so protective? I am not protecting them.
Kita nyo kung paano dinikit yung balita? Sinimulan sa koneksyon nung pagkuha ni Diskaya ng insurance na nasa official nun yung asawa ni Marcoleta. Tapos, idinikit si Diskaya sa mga kapalpakan o mga di umanong mga anomalous project. Yeah? Tapos, ang ending, si Marcoleta. Ang galing, ano? Ang galing na istorya, huling-huli. Kung matalino ka, pero kung pinklawang kang bobo, ay wala. Hindi mo mahuhuli. Pero dito halatang huling-huli siya eh. Huling-huli yung gumawa eh. Sorry Pero halatang halata eh. na talagang ipinipilit yung Marcoleta na may kinaugnayan sa Diskaya.
Sinabi mo yan, Mr. Chair. Pwede ba natin i-record ito?
Sa kasalukuyan, no comment si Senador Marcoleta sa tanong kung may conflict of interest ba sa involvement ng kanyang asawa. Sa ngayon, revoke na ang lisensya ng mga kumpanya ng Discayas. Protected witnesses sila at under evaluation ang paghiling na maging state witnesses. Para sa Agenda Weekend, Hannah Tia, Billionario News Channel.
O ayan ha, kitang-kita ninyo ladies and gentlemen kung paano tayo, alam mo yon. Ito isang matinding matinding angling ho itong nangyayari na ito. Napaka-obvious naman po nung ginawa nila dito. Hindi ko alam ha. Pero para lang ipapakita ko pa sa inyo. Basta binanggit ang Romualdez, sigurado yari ka, di ba? Eto bago tayo pumunta kay Magalong kasi grabe rin yung binitawan ni Magalong. Dito muna tayo sa pahayag po ng sino ba ito? Etong kung paano yung witness ngayon ay sinisiraan. Sandali ha. Asan na yun? Wait lang ha. Ito, pasok. Ayan, yan.
Who really is Gutesa and how credible is he? Let's get on point with the man who supposedly introduced him to Senator Rodante Marcoleta, former Congressman Mike Defensor. Congressman Mike, good to see you again. Welcome to the show and maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Yes, thank you, Pinky, and thank you also for having me here.
Senator Marcoleta said you were the one that called him prior to Thursday's Senate hearing and had asked him to meet him in a restaurant somewhere near the Senate. And this is supposedly where you introduced Senator Marcoleta to Sergeant Gutesa. Is this true? And tell us more about that meeting.
Yes, that's correct, Pinky. Initially, this guy, through a common friend who's also a soldier, wanted to see me, and he gave me some snippets of what was happening in relation to his work with Congressman Saldico. So I told him, it's best to discuss it with Senator Marcoleta because that's really was his intent, for him to brief Senator Marcoleta on what's happening on their side, the delivery of money. And so I said, okay, best to meet him and to discuss him with him, to the senator, the stories that you've been telling me. So I visited Senator Marcoleta. In fact, initially we were discussing it and I said, there's this guy who wanted to discuss with you. And Senator Marcoleta said, okay, but I have a session. But I said, let's see if he really wants to see you, then we can do that before your session. So I called him up and I said, okay, he's here, he wants to tell you this story. And then he asked me again about the details. I said, I really can't tell you, best that you come here and you discuss with him. So si Sergeant Gutesa told him his story, and he also presented a draft statement of what he wanted to say. And ako nga, na-shock din ako. I was shocked about hearing some of the details. Some of which, sabi ko, wag na yan kasi material naman yan dun sa scam that we're discussing about. So eventually, si Gutesa, Sergeant Gutesa, I left. I left before Senator Marcoleta, and I think he left also early before the meeting ended. And then Sergeant Gutesa went to the notarial service to have it notarized. And then, in the morning, he went to the Senate and he was presented by Senator Marcoleta.
You met in a restaurant near the Senate?
Near the Senate, about 5 minutes away.
Yeah, it's a restaurant that I know Senator Marcoleta had mentioned. The name just escapes me now. But it was in a restaurant that you all met. Who were the people there? Yourself, Senator Marcoleta, Sergeant Gutesa, and anyone else, sir?
Yeah, there was someone else there, but I really don't want to reveal their names anymore. There are soldier friends, and I think it's best because they really don't want to be involved in the issue. The same way, Pinky, I'm also a private person. I don't want to get involved in the political issues, but I felt, this is something that we should really, if there's truth to it, it should be revealed. This is for the country. This is a situation we're in now. The corruption crisis is really affecting all of us.
It's an open secret in Congress. A lot of people know it. Even the banks know about it. And I think it's time that we really address this issue. And I think the things that he pointed out, the carrying of money 3 times a week, coming from Congress and being delivered, this is really appalling for me.
Your common friend, the one that introduced you or served as a bridge to Sergeant Gutesa, obviously, you don't want to name the common friend. Sabi mo nga, ayaw mo nang magdagdag pa ng individuals dito, hindi ho ba? Would that be correct, sir?
Yes.
Si common
yes,
friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Si common friend po is a friend that you truly trust. Malapit ho ba siya talaga sa inyo? Just give me a little bit of a little description or how close you are to this common friend, just to be able to kind of put the pieces together with Sergeant Gutesa, sir.
If the question, if it's political, wala, nothing. It's not political. These people are also concerned for the country. They heard what Gutesa said. And the other people with Gutesa, I believe, from what I heard, will also come out and will reveal also what they know. So I think that's the point. I think bottom line here, I saw the list of the Department of Justice. Secretary Boying is also a good friend of mine. But, if you notice, Pinky, there are 2 names consistently being mentioned by Alcantara and, by Mr. Alcantara. This is the name of Mark Gaitas and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Paul Estrada.
Opo.
Yeah. And the whole departure order, the freezing of money from AMLA, this has not been done. And these 2 key people are the ones consistently coming out about receiving money, giving money. And I think, if we really want to solve the problem of corruption, if we really want to address this concern, present concern of our country now, we should really get to the bottom of this. Dapat walang sinasanto, walang tinatago, at talaga ilabas.
But Congressman, yung pong sinabi nyo kanina that meron pa pong iba na posibleng lumabas, ibig sabihin ho ba nito, there will be others? Have you spoken to other people who want to, kumbaga, patotohanan itong sinabi ni Sergeant Gutesa?
When Sergeant Gutesa was in front of me, while he was discussing about he was in discussion, he would constantly call someone or someone would call him and then they would say, lalabas ako. Sabi niya, suportahan niyo ako, Marines tayo. And then today, I get messages na a lot of those with them, and if you recall in the Senate hearing, he was talking about 90 people.
Right.
Some of them, ex-Marines, and some of them mga active police. May mga sinasabi na that they want to come out and also say and tell what they know and what they have observed.
Congressman, for premise yung 90 na minention nyo po, that was mentioned in the Senate, ito po yung sinasabing 90 daw umano na security or nagbabantay or in shifts kay Congressman Zaldico. Would that be correct, sir?
That's correct, Pinky.
Okay.
From what I understand from the explanation of Sergeant Gutesa, some of them sometimes will be assigned to be securing the houses. Some of them will be assigned in the delivery of money. Some of them would be assigned to be advanced or close in security for Congressman Zaldico.
Okay. So, be that as it may, sir, no? So, meron po siyang dala-dalang draft statement. I just wanted to get yung inyong personal na pagtanggap dito sa sinabi ni Sergeant Gutesa. When he told you this story, did you immediately believe him? Or were there red flags?
Walang red flags eh. And you know what he told me, even if they check, it's easy to check. If he's a security detail of a Bicol party list, if he's part of this, makikita mo talaga. And when he was talking, in the same manner when he spoke in the Senate, parehong-pareho eh. And then number 2, Pinky, yung sinasabi na it wasn't notarized. He did it in good faith. Walang sumama sa kanya, hindi ko siya kasama. So, tama yun. Imbestigahan niyo yung notaryo. If there's something wrong with that, then we really have to clarify. Ang pagkakalam ko is si Attorney Pechi, you mentioned Pinky earlier. Yeah, is working with the Bureau of Jail currently, and she just passed the bar recently. Because I check also, sabi ko, ano ba itong issue na to? But it's immaterial for me since he made a sworn statement in the Senate. He made a statement under oath which carries also...
Isa pa yun, yung issue na nagtatrabaho siya doon sa Bureau of BJMP, yung abogado na nagnotaryo. Bawal ho yun eh. Bawal kang magtrabaho na pag ikaw ay opisyal o pag ikaw ay nagtatrabaho na sa gobyerno. Bawal po yun. Baka ang ginawa niya, sinasabi lang niya hindi niya pinirmahan, pero yung sekretary niya ang kumana. Di natin alam. Kaya talagang magandang pagpaliwanagin yung abogado na yan. Sabi nga ni Marcoleta, babalik sa kanila yan. Kasi talaga naman ng mga abogado, yung sa mga nasa notaryo, katotohanan naman to. Subukan nyo magpanotaryo. Hindi kayo sasalubugin na harapin ng abogado. Usually, sekretary lang.
The weight of evidence in a legal proceeding. Whether may mali yung notaryo, he signed it, he presented it to the Senate, and then he verbalized what he said. That's enough, no? That's evidence.
But Congressman, if you're in the Senate and then you say, I have a prepared affidavit that is signed and notarized, dapat ho lahat yun ay in good faith. Dapat lahat yon ay tama. Dapat yung sinabi mo ay katotohanan. Dapat po yung nag-sign na notaryo ay talagang signature po ng notaryo. Hindi ho ba?
That's correct. No, actually, yung principle ng pag-notarize, di ba, is that you're making it a public document. And then you take an oath in front of the officer, the notarizing officer. Now, I ask you, Pinky, pag ikaw ba nagbenta ng lupa and nagpa-notarize ba, alam mo ba kung yung taong kausap mo, i-deny ka later on or siya talaga yung tao? Di ba, you're doing it in good faith, technically.
Sorry, sir. Are you saying that the lawyer really signed this and then is now saying that she actually didn't?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Because you know what? He went to that office. He had it notarized. So he was doing it in good faith. Now, assuming niloko siya or scammer yun, I don't know. But he went to the Senate and he said the same statements. So as an evidence...
Yun na nga eh. Kasi alam mo, tangin na kasi ng mga nagsasabing yung notarization, mga ulul. Wala nang value yan pagdating sa nag-oath ka na, sa Senado sinabi mo na. Pero sabihin na nating may discrepancy. Alam mo, pwede kang pumunta doon. Hindi mo naman iimbestigahan. Ikaw ba yung abogado na to? Na magtatatak ditong seal mo? But remember, yung seal na yan, itinatak. The question is, bakit may tatak nung seal? Kasi sinisil yan eh. Yung seal na yan, na nagpapagawa niyan yung mismong abogado. Ano to, ninakaw ko sa opisina mo, tinatakan ko, tas akong pumirma? Ibig sabihin lang, talagang pumunta si Orly doon at pinatatakan niya. Ang tanong, baka hindi niya alam, one, hindi siguro yung ang nagtatak, baka yung sekretary lang niya. Or, baka naman talagang nandun yung abogado, pinirmahan, pero dahil na-pressure, dahil nagtatrabaho siya sa BJMP, baka biglang dininay niya. The mere fact na may tatak yan, ibig sabihin, legit yan. Ang tanong lang, bakit mo ngayon dinideny? Pressure? Nape-pressure siya kaya? Yan ang tanong eh, di ba?
Evidence, giving it legal weight is already there. Yung issue nila doon, I think it's side issue. The thing that we have to discuss with Sergeant Gutesa is, totoo ba yung nagbigay ka kay Mark at saka kay Paul ng pera? Totoo ba linggo-linggo?
Yun na nga eh. Instead of asking the right question, ang tinatanong sa kanya yung mga wala ng kwenta. Irrelevant. Sabi nga, pag sa court yan, magagano nyo, magapukpok man yung irrelevant. Ay, hindi pala magpukpok. Judge pala nagpukpok. Magaganon ngayon yung abogado. Objection, Your Honor. Irrelevant. Irrelevant na po, nag-oath na siya, nangako, nandun na siya, nagsalita na. Di ba?
Deliver ko 3 times a week. I think these are the issues that have to be addressed.
Yeah, but those are also the questions asked during the Senate hearing. If of course, hindi ho ba? Pero ang problema ho kasi dito, which dinala nyo na po yung conversation is, well, first is, ito ngang sinasabi ni lawyer na ganito po. Ang sabi niya, and I quote, I categorically deny notarizing signing or participating in the preparation of the Senate.
Pinky Web, di ka ba makaintindi? Paulit-ulit yung tanong mo eh. Irrelevant na nga. Huwag ako yan, gaganunin ko. Di ka makaintindi. Irrelevant na yan. The point na merong silya na anuhan yan, nagpunta siya doon. Gayunpaman, sabihin na natin peke yan. Halimbawa lang, peke. The mere fact na nag-oath siya, nagsalita siya sa Senado, binasa niya yung kanyang statement, yun ay isang pagpapatunay na akin itong oath na to, akin itong statement na ito. Hindi mo na kailangan doon yung notaryo-notaryo. Ulit-ulit. Manunod ka kasi dito sa Banat Bay Channel na magkaalaman, magkaroon ka ng kaalaman. Gago!
Document. The signature and notarial details attributed to me are falsified and unauthorized. Ibig sabihin po, yung signature ni attorney John, hindi siyang gumawa. Yung sinasabing pag-prepare nitong affidavit, wala po siya dyan. Yung kanyang pag-participate doon sa preparation of the document, yung pag-sign, sinasabi na niya po, I categorically deny. So
then
now,
then it should be investigated. She should be investigated.
Umarap ka. Na magkaalaman tayo. Sana imbitahan ni Lacson to na magkaalaman.
As far as Gutesa's statement is concerned, it is legal. Kung dinideny niya yon, doesn't matter. Legal yung statement ni Gutesa. What he said during the Senate hearing has legal weight. It can be as evidence. Walang pinagkaiba yung ninotarize dun sa statement niya because he read the same thing. So, if people are saying mali yun, hindi notarized, doesn't matter. What is that legal basis ngayon? Kung imbestigahan nila, good. They should investigate that lawyer. They should investigate what happened.
So, Congressman, basically, kayo po ay naniniwala na si Gutesa ay talagang nagpunta dito kay attorney at pinatutuhanan po yung kanyang affidavit at si attorney po ay talagang nag-sign doon sa kanyang sinumpaang salaysay at ninotaryo po ito. Gutesa,
yes.
Is Gutesa telling you na talagang ginawa niya yon at doon siya talaga nagpunta kay attorney Pichi Rosas Espiras?
Yes, you know, Pinky, the truth is, walang motive si Gutesa na manloko ng notaryo. Kasi yung sinabi naman niya sa Senate is the same.
Yeah,
There's no motive on the part of Sergeant Gutesa to fake a notarized document because he said it the same. It's not perjurious on his part because it was in good faith. Now, as to the lawyer and to that office, they should investigate. Why is she backtracking now? Why is he saying now that didn't happen, that Gutesa didn't go to their office?
Just going back to what you said, na wala hong, I forget the exact word you said, walang...
The motive.
Walang motibo si Gutesa na magsinungaling, hindi ho ba? Ang tanong ko po, ano po ang magiging motibo ni attorney na siya naman po ang magsinungaling?
Pwede siyang tinakot. Pwede siyang sinabihan na sabihin mo...
Tablado ka, no? Totoo naman pwede siyang tinakot, pwede siyang tanggalin sa trabaho. Ano ba naman tanong niyan?
Totoo yan. Because, you know, that's the only way they can discredit this person. That's the only way they can, you know, bring down...
Maganda yan. Maganda yung statement na yan. Hindi, totoo. Bakit? Alam mo, sa lahat ng sinabi ni Sir Orly, hindi tinabla eh. Alam mo kung ano lang yung tinabla? Yung walang kakwenta-kwentang notaryo. So, ibig sabihin, alam kasi nilang may substance yung sinabi.
The statements he delivered to the Senate, to the Blue Ribbon Committee. So, which is, sabi nga ng mga lawyers, I've been seeing a lot of comments on social media.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, what he said was already there. He went there in good faith. In fact, hindi nga kailangan niya magpanotarize eh. You know, if he verbalized what he said in the Senate, that would have been enough.
Yon.
Enough legal evidence and enough weight to be...
Yan ang totoo dyan eh. Hindi na nga kailangan yan notaryo na yan eh. Bakit? Yung mga nagsalita bang iba dyan, pinanotaryo pa nila? Hindi na eh. Hindi naman kailangan panotaryo as long as nag-oath ka at sinabi mo sa hearing Yun naman eh. Tingnan ninyo pag nag-hearing, tinatanong ba, yung estate mo ba yan? Pinanotaryo mo ba yan? Wala naman nagtatanong ng ganun eh. Kasi hindi naman yun na requirement eh.
Part of a court proceeding. So, yeah, Pinky, thank you for that. And I think, yun din ang worry ko, na itong abogado, medyo pinressure. Kasi why? Why would you now deny that you notarize a statement? Doesn't make sense.
Any ideas, sir, if indeed the attorney, as you claim, was pressured, who would pressure her?
Kailangan pa bang ispellingin yan, madam? Sino ba ang sinabi ni ano? Sino bang nasa Hindi ko alam kung gusto lang niyang sabihin, pero obvious ba? Sino ba nagsabi? Sino ba ang nagsabi? Sino ho ba ang ano niyan? Sino ho ba ang tinutumbok ni Sir Orly? Di ba yung nasa kapangyarihan? Na again, ang last general ay si Romualdez. After ni Romualdez, tatamaan na si BBM. Kaya all out sila sa support pagdidepensa kay Romualdez. Obvious pa ba yan? Sus naman.
People who were mentioned, I would think. People who would be affected, I would think. I checked the background of the lawyer, and I believe that she currently works in the Bureau of Jail, the penology and penology. So I'm not sure. I don't want to cast aspersions on the lawyer, but yes, I think it should be investigated by the Blue Ribbon Committee.
But before we go on a break, sir, just do you feel that posibleng kayo naman po ang magkaproblema because you're the one basically now saying that this lawyer is the one lying?
Hindi, kasi alam mo, Pinky, from day one naman, I don't want to get involved, and this person said these things, and I facilitated that he give his statement to Senator Marcoleta. If they will give me a problem, so be it, because this is for the country. This is a problem of corruption. Everyone's complaining about it. Everyone knows about it. I think it's about time that we address this issue.
Okay, quick question, sir. Yung sinabi niyo nagkita po kayo, sabi mo may dala na po siyang draft statement, hindi ho ba? Would you know sino ang tumulong kay Sergeant Gutesa na gawin na po yung draft statement nung nagkita-kita po kayo together with Senator Marcoleta?
No, Pinky. In fact, hindi pa naman notarized yun eh. It was just salaysay that he did. It came from him.
Pero meron na ho bang tumulong sa kanya? Typewritten na ho ba yun? Yung kanyang sinabing draft statement? Ano po yung pinakita niya sa inyo?
Typewritten statement.
Did it look like the one that has been making the rounds on social media and what we've been showing? Yun na ho ba yun? Yan. Yung pong,
basically, yeah. Basically,
yan
yes.
Na yun.
Yeah.
So obviously, of course, you would get a lawyer to do that for you, right?
Yeah, I think when that was being drafted, even in fact some of the words, may mga ano lang, tinwik-twik lang.
Opo.
Yeah.
Okay. We just need to take a very short break. We'll continue our discussion with former...
Ayan ha. Tuloy. Ay, sorry.
Did you talk to him recently, sir? I mean, after the Senate hearing?
No, I haven't. But message has been relayed to me that wala lang kasi syempre I was worried about his safety, kung kamusta lang siya. And some people told me that, friends of his told me that he's okay and he's with his fellow Marines, some of them the officials who parang gusto na to protect and to ensure the safety of Sergeant Gutesa.
So meron ho talaga nagpoprotekta sa kanya? Because he didn't even want the witness protection program or to be secured by the Senate.
Yung mga Marines, I understand sila Colonel Corbin also went there to visit. I'm not sure if General De Leon went there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So, the fellow Marines that he's with.
Alam mo ba, ito hindi naman po sa pangpamaliit ha. Kasi po ang mga sundalo, kakaibuho yan mag-isip. Sa totoo lang, kasi may mga kaibigan din po ako na mga ganyan at saka kapulisan. Magkakaiba, ang pulis kakaiba rin mag-isip eh. Ang mga sundalo po talaga, hindi natin sa minamaliit po yung pulis ha. Wala ho silang tiwala sa iba eh. Kahit uniform personnel pa. Nagtitiwala lang sila sa kapwa nila kasamahan. Kasi yung kapwa kasamahan nila, lalo na pagka mga ganyang Marines, para bagang may honor sila eh. They would die for their own kabaro, yung talagang kasama. Ganun sila. Hindi katulad ng ibang mga pulis na hindi naman talaga nagkasama yan, na masasabi mong, di ba minsan halo-halo naman ng pinanggalingan yan eh. So, hindi po, kaya nga sabi ko nga sa inyo, iba ho itong galaw nito, kaya nagtataka iba bakit ayaw ng proteksyon sa DOJ. Sini-question pa ng iba dyan eh. Bakit daw ba ayaw sa DOJ? Napaka-obvious naman daw na kesyo may humahawak sa kanya. Wala ko siyang tiwala dun. Sino ba boss dun? Hindi. Sino bang boss dun? Di ba si Remulla? Alam naman natin si Remulla kung ano karakas nun. At alam natin na malapit din yun. Dating ang congressman yun eh. Malapit din yung kay speaker eh. Tinuro niya si speaker eh. Sa tingin mo, poprotektahan yun ng ganun. Hindi. Again sige, sabihin na natin, objectively, sabihin na natin, sige, poprotektahan siya na ang mga Marines po, wala akong tiwala sa ganun. Mas gusto nila yung kabaro na lang nila ang poprotekta sa kanila. Yung kasamahan nila, yung kasama nila sa gera, yun ang poprotekta sa akin. Kasi kasamahan ko ito eh. Hindi ako iiwan ito. No matter what, magiging tapat to sa akin. Diba? At hindi ito political. Alam naman po natin, DOJ is a political entity yan ng ating executive branch, lalong-lalo na ni Marcos. Delicates yan.
Opo. Congressman, let's just, I want to ask you about siguro some possible circumstances that may happen. Kasi dahil nga dito sa pag-deny ni Attorney Pichi Roses Espiras regarding, notarizing, signing, or participating rather in the said document. Some senators might, or actually have said, I think it was Senator Erwin Tulfo who said that posible ang mawala ng saysay yung testimony niya. I'm not sure if those were the exact words, sir, but to that effect. What do you say to that? And
papaniwalaan mo yung nagsabi ng, sometimes we have to bend the law. Hindi na dapat pinaniniwalaan yung Pinky. Tama ba si Pinky Web to? Pinky ako ng Pinky baka mamaya mali ito. Mali. Tama ba? Basta. Sorry kung mali a
possible background check on Gutesa, is that something you welcome, sir?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's they should do a background check if they feel it and if they want to. But I think they should call Paul and Mark, Paul Estrada and Mark Gestay to the Senate committee hearing. As far as the testimony or supposedly they're saying it's not notarized, it's up to the Senate. Pero for me, it saddens me that there's this opportunity that we can correct the situation. May magagawa tayo para sa bayan, narinig na natin lahat. Actually, kaya naman lumabas tong si Sergeant Gutesa, kasi nagulat din siya when he found out na yung perang dinadala nila, tapos narinig na yung flood control, tapos magkano yung kinukuha ang pera. So, this was also in the minds of those doing their jobs with Congressman Saldico. So, it's up to the Senate. But what I'm saying is, I have no political motivation here. Wala akong agenda. Nagkataon siguro, he knows that I'm close to Senator Marcoleta. He wanted to say these things. He wanted to reveal what is happening. It's up to the Senate and to the government. Okay. But I think this is our chance, the opportunity for all of us to really clear the issue and to get to the bottom of this problem.
Congressman, I did want to ask you bakit si Senator Marcoleta, at sinagot nyo na nga po dahil alam nila na malapit kayo kay Senator Marcoleta. Yes. Sino ho bang may alam? Si Middleman, yung naging common friend po, o si Sergeant Gutesa mismo? I'm assuming it's the person.
Yeah, Sergeant Gutesa. I think a lot of people know that, but in this particular case, it was Sergeant Gutesa who really told me about it. And
ang gusto niya talaga makausap was Senator Marcoleta. Okay, a denial from former Speaker Martin Romualdez. I want to put this up on screen. It was yesterday nang nilabas niya ito. Ang sabi nga niya po that yung sinasabi kasi ni Sergeant Gutesa na nagdala siya umano ng pera beginning December 2024, the former Speaker was saying that that house that was mentioned by Sergeant Gutesa has been undergoing renovation since January 2025. So, doon pa lang daw ay mali na.
Yes. Yeah, for me, again, I think it's something that should be taken up if they want to take it in the Senate committee to strengthen their evidence, or they want to take it up in court when they eventually file. Pero di ba, Pinky, if we're the ones investigating, the first things we have to establish is sino pa to yung dalawang tao. Like I mentioned kanina, minention na ni Alcantara. Second is, totoo ba itong si Gutesa? Sino ba bang kasama niya? Did they really work for Saldico? Okay, sino-sino? Ito yung mga kasama, did you really do the delivery? Did you go here? Did you go there? And so on and so forth. So, what I'm saying is, if you want to shoot down Gutesa from the very onset of what he was saying, fine. Kung yun ang tingin ng Senate Committee, okay lang din sa akin. No? It's up to them. But if you want to really look into the details of what he was saying, if this is true, and check where this money is coming. Hindi ka natin alam kung saan yung galing yung pera eh. For all intents and purposes, baka kung saan naman yun. But if this is really the flood control money or money coming from infrastructure projects, then I think it's also incumbent upon the officials to check on what he was saying.
I guess when you read when we went through the statements made by Gutesa, hindi ho ba, sabi nga niya meron po silang group chat nga, kaya there were times na siya po yung kasama sa pag-deliver ng tawag po nila basura. Paminsan nakikita niya checking their chat group that there were deliveries also of basuras na wala po siya doon. But if you have Congressman Martin Romualdez saying this, siguro better to say it, quote it. The most telling flaw is the witnesses' claim that deliveries were made to McKinley beginning December 2024. Imposible yan. The property has been under renovation since January 2024. I stand corrected there. Sabi ko po January 2025.
Yeah.
Has been under renovation since January 2024 and was unoccupied except for construction workers. Falsus in uno, falsus in omnibus. False in one thing, false in everything. False rather in everything. Why do you think there was a flaw here? Bakit mo po magde-deliver ng pera 3 times a week sa isang bahay na kung saan nandun po ang mga construction workers as stated?
Yun yung sundalo, ginawa niyong basurero. Baka yung mga construction worker, mga treasurer yan, mga staff, na naging construction worker. Hindi natin alam eh. Tsaka maniniwala ka ba doon sa taong inaakusa? Siyempre, i-deny niya yun. Alam naman sabihin niya, oo, pera ko yan, galing yan sa flood control. Siyempre, gagawa, mag-iimbento yan. Under construction yan, ginagawa yung bubong o naglalagay ng bidet. Under construction yan. Patunayan niya na under construction yan. Tapos sasabihin niya, may puro construction worker na andyan. Yun yung sundalo natin, ginawang basurero eh. Yan pa kaya mga yan, baka mamaya mga staff niya, mga abogado niya, ginawa niya construction worker kuno. Hindi natin alam eh.
By Congressman Martin Romualdez, sir.
Yeah, again, I don't want to get in a personal fight with the speaker. We were together. We've been good friends. When he ran the first time, Senator Marcoleta and I were together. Ito para sa bansa lang. Para sa bayan, tingnan natin. If he's saying that, fine. If they want to investigate it further, simple lang naman yan, Pinky, to corroborate it. You check all those people with Saldico. Diba? You check the people who were delivering money. Did you really deliver in that address? Did you deliver in another address? Once they have that, it's finished. I don't think it would take rocket science to establish these facts or this case, for that matter, yung investigasyon nila, kung talagang gusto nila.
Posible ho bang nagkamali kaya si Sergeant Gutesa?
I really can't say, Pinky, pero klaro din naman yung sinabi niya, di ba? I delivered in this address, ito yung gate.
He mentioned the number.
Yeah, and then we do it 3 times a week. Kung hindi dito, binanggit niya yung bahay ni sa 19 Nara, yung sabi niya, kay Michael Yang. So, again, okay. if they just exchange words.
At saka, magtitiwala kami dyan kaysa doon sa mga kawatan na sumisira sa kanya.
we really can't tell.
Okay.
But for me, if I was investigating it, I don't need to be a police and NBI nor to be a senator or congressman. Papatawag ko lang yung mga kasama doon sa trabaho and ask them, is this really true? You already have your facts.
One last question, sir. Is there anyone else? Have you spoken to anyone else that is willing to corroborate the statement of Sergeant Gutesa?
I did not talk to Sergeant Gutesa, and I don't even know the group, the 90 plus ex-Marines or the police currently. But there are messages to me.
90 plus pala, naku po, patay tayo dyan.
By some former military officers, some friends, who are telling me, yeah, they heard that some people will be coming out.
Former Congressman Mike De...
Some people will be coming out. Naku, kaabang-abang po ito. Palakpakan. Ay, nako, grabe. So, ladies and gentlemen, maghanda po tayo dyan, ha? Talagang may maglalabasan pang mga militar, mga kasiguro, mga kasamahan niya, sabi, di ba? May maglalabasan pang mga kasamahan niya na talaga nga namang na sasabihin ng katotohanan. Palakpakan natin. Sir Orly, kung nakakarating man sa'yo itong video na ito, tuloy-tuloy mo lang yan. Alam mo, sabi nga nila, yung tunay na silent majority na tahimik lang, sinusuportahan ka. Huwag kang maniniwala dun sa mga hindot. Dahil yung mga hindot na mga nagdi-discredit sa'yo, obvious naman eh. Diba? Dahil nga, pinangalanan ninyo si Romualdez, talagang i-discredit ka. Huwag mong paniniwalaan yung mga ano dyan, yung mga lawyer, mga senador na hindi namang abogado. Oh! Huwag mong paniniwalaan yan. Relax ka lang. As long as you tell us the truth, God will always be in your side. More than anything else. Hindi, ito, seryoso na ano to. More than anything else, kapatid, tandaan mo lang, as long as you tell the truth, God will always be in your side. Matakot ka if you're lying because God will be against you. Maybe, in the eyes of human being, in the eyes of men, panalo sila. But in the eyes of God, dako po, pag ikaw ay nasa katotohanan, yan ay panindigan mo laang. Huwag kang bibitaw dahil yan. Yan ay natin yan. Yan ang ating sandigan, ha? O ito, panoorin po natin ito, ha? Ito naman po ito, sandali. Ayan. Wait lang. Chotomate. O, chotomate ko dasay. Wait po. Ito. Wait. Asan na ba yun? Ito. Panoorin lang